Hey, what up again? Welcome to the second part of my Resident Evil 2 weapons review. This part features Claire's weapons. Some of her weapons are exactly like Leon's, but since she's a woman, she kind of holds them differently and shoots them differently, so might as well show them with her too. And there's one gun that I'm going to show with Ada, because Ada also gets that weapon, but she aims it differently. So let's get started on Claire's weapons. So, like usual, her first weapon is the knife. A combat knife. It could come in handy. Only if you're a true knife expert, in my opinion. Anyway, let's show it off. Now, let's test it on an enemy. That took, so just like Leon, it took a while, so I did not consider this weapon unless you go for the knife challenge or you're completely out of options. So there's the knife in Claire's view. Now for the handgun. Alright, now for Claire's handgun. Browning HP, manufactured by FN Belgium. It uses 9mm parabellum rounds. Cool. Alright, let's test it out. I always love the reload animations on these old style games. Alright, let's test it on an enemy. Seven shots. Now, I really don't know if difficulty matters on Resident Evil 2, but from my experience, it could take from 3 to 8 shots to kill a standard zombie with Claire's handgun. Now to test it with Ada. So here's Ada using the Browning HP, aka Claire's handgun. As you can see, it shoots 1.5 times faster than Claire, and she kind of holds it sideways to give it a little style. Awesome. So there's Ada with Claire's handgun. And now to test Ada using it against an enemy. So 6 shots against zombie dogs or Cerberus. So with the Browning HP, 3 to 8 shots to a standard zombie or Cerberus. Alright, now to go back to Claire and to introduce her next weapon. Now for Claire's next weapon, the bow gun. A powerful bow gun primarily used to hunt large game. Let's test it out. Awesome. Now to test it out on an enemy. Well, there you go. A zombie only takes 1 shot. Sometimes it takes 2, because if you're far distance, maybe only one of the arrows will hit. I think I'm gonna go and test this on a liquor. For the liquor, it takes 2 shots, and I bet sometimes it may take 3, depending on your distance. And I got hit, darn it. Alright, now for Claire's next weapon. Now for Claire's next weapon, the Grenade Launcher. And as in Resident Evil 1, there's a weapon that takes more than one type of round. In this case, it's this Grenade Launcher. Takes 3 types of rounds, the same 3 that were in Resident Evil 1. There's grenade rounds, aka bearing, aka explosive rounds, flame rounds, and acid rounds. So, let me start with explosive rounds. Check the weapon. M79 Grenade Launcher. Various rounds can be used. The cut stock causes a greater recoil. Made in the USA. Alright. Let's test 3 rounds out first and then on some liquors, because I know a zombie will go down in one shot, so they're not worth testing these rounds on. I like that. They scatter out. Alright. Alright. Alright, 3 rounds for the explosive. Now for acid. 1 shot with acid rounds. Alright, now for the flame rounds. The flame rounds took 2 shots. So, that means out of the 3 rounds against liquors, the acid rounds are the best to use. Flame rounds are the second best, and explosive rounds are the worst. But each round has the best use to a different type of enemy. All 3 rounds are good against zombies. I'd recommend the flame rounds to spiders. The acid rounds to liquors and maybe a boss. I'd recommend the flame rounds to crowds of zombies and dogs. So, there's my opinion. Now for Claire's next weapon. Alright, now we're moving into the big ones. So, for the next weapon, it is called the Spark Shot. High voltage gun to repel experimental animals. It uses spark shot rounds and has a range of 10 feet. Alrighty, let's test the spark shot out. That is like... that sounds pretty BA right there, but I wonder what it looks like when you test it on an enemy. I already know, but for those of you who don't, you're in for a surprise. Damn! Wow, it took 3 shots for a zombie. That's pretty weird. Doesn't really look like a good weapon. But I actually used it on William Birkin Form 2 on the train. And it doesn't take very long to beat him, so I don't know. It's stronger than it looks, but to a zombie it doesn't really look very strong. But anyway, I'm not going to bother testing it on liquor if it took that long for a zombie. Alright, now for the next weapon. Alright, now for the third to last weapon, the submachine gun. MAC-11, manufactured by Military Armament Corporation. It uses DOT-380 rounds. Alright, this is the machine gun's debut in the Resident Evil series, because there was no submachine gun in Resident Evil 1. Alright, let's test it out. Okay then. Let's test it out on some zombies. Wow. I guess these zombies are just kind of powerful because I'm near the end of the game. That took a decent amount of rounds. Alright, now for the next weapon. Now for the second to last weapon. The Gatling Gun. A powerful weapon that sprays bullets into targets. I should be able to defeat any enemy with this. That's sort of true. I mean, some harder than others, but it's a pretty good weapon. Alright, now test it out. Oh, man. Alright, I'm gonna test this on a licker, not a zombie, dude. I gotta test this on a licker! I just beat you! Even though you got a hit on me. Alright. Now for the next and final weapon. Now for the last weapon of Claire's arsenal. And just like Leon, the rocket launcher. A rocket launcher. One shot from this could kill any enemy. And that is true in some cases. Just like Resident Evil 1. And just like Leon. Not all enemies go down in just one shot. I'm going to test it on a zombie. And I'm going to test it on a licker. But first, let's test it out right here. With Claire firing it. Alright, let me test it on a zombie and a licker. Boom! Oh, I love this weapon, dude. Pwned. Alright, I just remembered right now that Claire has an extra weapon that's sort of an unlockable depending on what you do at the beginning of the game. I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, here's that extra weapon. It's called the Colt S.A.A. Colt S.A.A. artillery model. Used by cowboys in the Wild West. Designed for a quick draw. So I guess this is like a very, very old weapon. It's basically another handgun, if you may, because it may look like a Magnum, but its power is similar to that in a handgun, and it uses handgun bullets. So, let's test it out. Let me just show you how fast it fires. Holy cow! You see that reload? Alright, let's test it on an enemy. 5 bullets. I ran out of ammo because I tested it way too much. But there you go, guys. So there you have it. There is all of Claire Redfield's weapons. And that concludes Resident Evil 2 weapons. So, I'll see you guys next time in Resident Evil 3 Nemesis weapons. See you guys then. Rate, comment, subscribe. This is Shankster94, aka TheGamerShankster. See you later.